about. I need to go get myself together. I'm just jumping on because that's how spirit moves. It uses you right where you are, and it gives you what you need right where you are. Hey, beautiful ones, Fran here, back with another video. So I just thought that I would jump on really quick because I was sitting here and I was thinking about how faith produces fruit, right? And this is not something that I thought, oh my gosh, I got to make a big production about. I need to go get myself together. I'm just jumping on because that's how spirit moves. It uses you right where you are, and it gives you what you need right where you are. So let me talk about faith producing fruit. In life, in the physical life, we have so many choices, right? We have choices to do, be, have, anything that we desire. And a lot of us feel like we have to work really, really hard for that to happen. And I'm going to say to you this: faith without works is dead. We know that. We know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. But did you know that faith produces fruit? Let me tell you what I mean by that. For your life to be fruitful and for you to be able to attract and create and have the momentum to constantly create and allow things to come into your life and call things into your life, decree things in your life as you want them to be, you have to have faith that they will be so. If you don't have faith in anything that you're doing, whether it's manifesting, creating, building a business, building a marriage, building a home, whatever the case may be, if you don't believe for that thing, or if you don't believe in what you're trying to do, you are not going to see it come to pass. A lot of people get frustrated. A lot of us get frustrated because we feel like, I've been doing this for so long. I've been working for so long. I have been asking for so long. I have been going to God about this for so long, the universe, my higher power, the divine, however you identify it. A lot of us will complain that we have been on this path for so long. And I understand that. But what I'm going to do today is challenge you to check yourself. Check how you think. Check how you've been on this path. Have you been on this path faithfully? Have you been on this path without going back and forth? Have you been on this path without worrying it to death? Have you been on this path without holding on to the hows, when, whys, wheres? How have you been on the path? Have you been on the path in faith? Faith produces fruits. I cannot say it enough. I just keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it in my spirit. If you are faithful to the vision that you have for your life, right? Meaning you don't allow anything, any circumstance, any person, any deterrence to take you off of your work, your road, your practice, your reality. Because your reality in faith is not the physical reality that you see. Your reality in faith is what you're calling in, what you're creating in the spirit realm. That's how faith works. And once you get into alignment with what you're asking for, it shows up in your physical reality. But only if you believe for it. You can't be asking for something you don't believe for and then get mad because you don't get it. Because how you gonna get it if you don't believe that you're going to get it? It's really very simple, but yet it's complicated because our human minds dictate the ego mind. Let's talk about the ego mind, the conscious mind. It dictates to us how we feel. It dictates to us what we see is real. It tells us this is your reality. That is what your conscious man says. The doorkeeper, the ego. If you're operating in ego, you might notice that it's really easy for you to get upset. It's really easy for you to give up. It's really easy for you to just say, oh, just forget this. That's the ego mind. And the reason that the ego mind does that is because the ego mind is not connected to the higher consciousness of God. When you operate from a place of spirit and a place of faith, a place of belief, a place of knowing the power that God has given you, you understand that there's no ego in creation. There's no ego in manifestation. There's no ego in having faith. Because the ego says, I got to do this. I'm the one doing it. I'm doing this all by myself, and no one is helping me. I believe in you, God, and I trust you somewhat, but I got to make this happen because you're not moving fast enough. That's what the ego mind tells you, right? But the mind of God, the Christ consciousness, the higher consciousness, your subconsciousness says, girl, what do you want? How you want it? How you want it to look? What you want it to look like? How much of it do you want? When you want it? Can you believe for it right now? Because you're saying you want it right now. Two totally different entities, two totally different perspectives. The physical mind says how. The subconscious mind, the spirit mind says, yes. And yes, I'll take some more of that. And yes, that would be nice. And yes, and thank you. Faith produces fruit. If you are faithful in the vision that you have for your life, if you are faithful in your practice, if you are faithful in your knowing, things will happen in your physical reality almost magically. You have to be faithful in what you are pursuing from God. It is really that simple. It's as simple as knowing that I've asked you for this, so I know that it's happening already. So I'm going to get prepared for that. And why I'm getting prepared for it, I'm going to thank you for it. I'm going to thank you. Because I know that it's already done. When you are in a place of alignment, you don't second guess what you're asking for. There is nothing too big, right? There's nothing too small. You don't even think about the fact that this is too big because you're already in alignment for what you're asking for. You're already trusting the process. And here's another thing, y'all. If you don't believe, what are you asking for? Right? If you don't think it's possible, why are you setting yourself up to be disappointed? There's no need to even go and ask if you don't think you can have it. Why are you doing that? Get your mind aligned with your mouth. Get your faith aligned with your vision. If you have to start small, start small. If you can only start by believing for something tiny, believe for that. I call those faith builders. Meaning I'm going to start here, then I'm going to keep going and going and going and going. Once you become aligned and you don't have any resistance, You're in a divine flow of spiritual provision. Once you're in a flow of spiritual provision, your life magically unfolds in ways that there are no physical explanations for. You're like, I can't even explain that to you. I can't even begin to tell you how that happened because I don't know. All I know is that God is moving. My angels are helping. My heavenly staff is operating in a place of, yes, Fran, there you go. You know why? Because Fran believes it. My question is your faith producing fruit? And if your faith is not producing fruit, you need to go check yourself. Because the only thing that could be blocking you is you. All right, loves. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.